We took off our packs and jackets, and my friend hung his jacket over the stone wall, and I almost did the same, but something stopped me, and instead I hung my jacket in a tree. We put up the tent, fired up the camping stove, and played some music at a low volume on a portable cassette player. We could see lights in the stained glass windows of the church, but by now we had been there long enough to assume that they were not bothered about us being there. There was no wood available to make a fire, and it was starting to get cold. After we finished eating, we moved into the tent. We zipped up to keep warm and listened to music and unpacked the sleeping bags, and suddenly the cassette player stopped. It was the end of side A, and we had to turn the tape over, but now we could hear singing. It was coming from the church. I couldn't make out what they were singing, but it was going on for a while. We still had music playing, and not long after that, we fell asleep. The night passed with no events, and we woke pretty early the next morning, about 5 a.m, totally freezing cold. We had brought with us tea and coffee-making equipment, but the only liquid we had left was apple juice. I grabbed an empty bottle and said to my friend, "I'll go and ask in the church for some water, or maybe they could tell us where the nearest village shop is or something." I proceeded to unzip the tent, and as I leaned out, I could actually feel the blood drain from my face. In shock, I leaned back inside the tent, trying to figure out what I was looking at. I leaned back to see that the tree we had pitched our tent underneath was still there, sure enough. But there was no church. There was no stone wall, just an empty field. We packed up immediately, and we drove back to Liverpool at 6 a.m. in total silence. I'd like to find out what it was, but I can't say that I want to go back. What if we had interacted with the people in the church, or entered inside? What if we'd been in there when it disappeared? There was no fear at the time, just confusion. It's only when considering what could have happened that things get pretty scary.